right?
Josh, you're talking about, I think his name's Tex Grebner or something like that.
I just fucking shot myself. Oh, that guy. What a legend.
Well, that reminds me. I mean, fuck,
And a
we
moron.
might as well keep talking. That reminds me. I'm sure everyone here by now has seen Kentucky Ballistics.
Oh,
His
yeah.
50 cal blew up on him, and then there's another lesser well-known, well, maybe even more. I guess I don't know. Another gun channel called Taofledermaus.
Taofledermaus.
I don't even know how to fucking say it. Some kind of gibberish. But he came.
They've been doing like homemade rounds and shit for years.
Oh yeah, and they made a video like right after Kentucky Ballistics did. Essentially, they referenced the Tex Grebner guy, and they're like the video that they put out was titled 5 Reasons Kentucky Ballistics Should Not Have Put Out That Video. And they were essentially saying, well, the internet could be mean to you. You could be turned into a meme. And the other reasons were, well, this could cut into my profits, essentially, was the gist of it.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck you, guy. That is incredibly shitty and shallow of you. You could... Why not? If you were worried,
you're making gun guys look bad, so you could hurt my monetization.
Yeah, but
Fuck off.
Wait, the video hurt whose monetization?
All gun channels, basically, is what Taofledermaus was saying, is that it's going to look bad for gun guys, for the gun community on YouTube. So they're just going to demonetize anything relating to guns or anything. So it's going to hurt his monetization.
Yeah, he was saying
something dangerous.
Yep, he was saying the second coming of Adpocalypse.
Yeah,
and it was rather sad.
About you.
Yeah, it was rather satisfying though. There were probably 0 people in the comments that were in support of. They were just like, dude, this is an incredibly poor taste. You're a fucking idiot. What got me though is he replied to all those comments that were bashing him, and he was not classy about it at all. He just doubled down on that shit like you're classic asshole. So
let's see.
I'm hoping he's going to lose a bunch.
Grebner, Kentucky Ballistic. Okay, yeah, and he named the video "Never Go Full Grebner."
Oh, he renamed it. Reaction. Wow. Josh Price. It was the Serbu RN50. It was the one with the screw-on cap on the back. It's pretty much the cheapest.
RN50, a Serbu RN50.
It was pretty much the cheapest firearm that fires 50 BMG out there, and he was shooting slap rounds out of it.
So I was watching Mark Serbu's video about this situation, and he had said it would take like a standard 50 BMGs, roughly 60 to 65,000 PSI, and his original thoughts, he had said something about 85,000 PSI to shear the threads off of that rear cap.
Yeah.
Well, actually, in talking with engineer about it, he said the engineer basically said that breech pressure would actually have to be 165,100 PSI. So like almost triple a standard 50 BMG round to actually rip the threads off. And looking at the photos that he had received from the gun from Kentucky Ballistics that Scott had sent him, that like a lot more material of the threads was ripped off than what the engineer had believed would be. So it would have taken probably in excess of 200,000 PSI. And just looking at some quick screen grabs of the rounds and stuff, he does believe they are counterfeit slap rounds. And he said like the telltale signs are there's no actual like pre-cuts in the sabot for the round. So if you don't know what a slap round is, there's like a penetrator core inside like a plastic sabot, right? And true sabot rounds have a neck crimp. So there's a crimp at the end of the case to the sabot, and the sabots are pre-segmented. They're not cut all the way through, but they're pre-segmented to help aid them in breaking apart. And some screen grabs from when Scott was putting the rounds in, there didn't appear to be a neck crimp or any pre-cuts in the sabot. So they do believe that they were counterfeit rounds, which either the reason that they could have detonated is basically two things, is what they said, is it was either loaded less than half to where there was too much room for expansion of the powder inside the case and it would detonate in the chamber, or they had loaded it properly but with an improper powder. So if they'd used like a fast burning pistol powder or something not suited for 50 BMG would have caused the detonation, which I was intrigued to find out that if you loaded it less than half, that it would just explode as well. Instead of just creating a squib round, there's enough expansion room in that case that it would just detonate. But they did believe that it was probably a pistol powder.
I'm pretty excited to see Serbu he's sending Serbu that rifle and probably the round.
He was
really
sending
curious.
ammo.
I'm really curious to see what they're gonna find with that. That's gonna be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I want them to pull a round apart and see what they look like.
Sam, go ahead.
I think that the moral of the story that I got from all this was during the video he was talking about these rounds were very old. They're hard to get a hold of. He thought they were legit. Man, no for 100, and you can't fault the guy. He thought they were legit, but no for 110% where your rounds are coming from. Know that they are legit. Know that they're not counterfeit. I mean, it's one thing to play with a 9mm round like that, or even a 5.56, but when you get up to 50 BMG with that much freaking power, that much powder in there, you're going to have, there's some serious pressure going on in there. So know for 100% fact what the hell you're shooting. And even don't shoot, like I don't give my reloads to people, and I would never shoot somebody else's reloads. This just goes, and this is why stuff like this happens. So that's the moral that I got from this, I see.
Yeah. I thought it was, there was surprisingly a lot of people that were against him. And I don't understand those people that were like, well, he was shooting a super overpressured round, an already overpressured round out of the cheapest 50 BMG that you can get your hands on. It was his fault anyways. I'm like, that
just because it's the cheapest 50 BMG you can get your hands on doesn't make it any less capable of firing a 50 BMG round than any other 50 BMG. You know what I mean?
Well, people then they would say that those slap rounds were designed to be fired out of a Ma Deuce and stuff too.
And they were.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But overpressured slap rounds would also explode fucking a Ma Deuce.
Exactly.
So, how can you be... And even if this guy, even if he was... well, obviously he did something wrong and he learned a very... Like Sam just explained, he learned a very valuable lesson. Why would you be like, he got what he deserved? What kind of shit is that? It was a terrible fucking accident. The guy is... Like, I don't really like the guy's content. I have anything against him. I just don't watch his shit. But he's like one of the nicest guys fucking out there. One of the nicest YouTubers out there.
He's a legit dude, man. He's a super good guy.
And he put out a video 2 weeks after he was probably seconds away from dying. He stuck his thumb in a hole in his throat to keep from bleeding out. And that's the only thing that kept him alive. And he's making 2 videos 2 weeks after that. And you're like, nah, he got what he deserved. We're like, well, how can you have that fucking point of view? It was an accident. Why does anyone that has an accident deserve to fucking die?
Internet mentality, man. There's not enough real life consequences to this shit anymore. You can type all sorts of stuff on your keyboard and there's no consequences to it. But I did order his shirt that he came out with a shirt that said
just put a thumb in it.
Just put a thumb in it.
I do love that shirt.
I was hoping it was going to be here tonight so I could wear it, but no, it'll come tomorrow, I guess. So
yeah, that's a good shirt. Michael says he was shooting 50 BMG ammo through a 50 BMG rifle. I'm not sure he deserved anything.
Dude, okay. Can I read you a few of the comments on the Taofledermaus video?
Are you gonna? If I say no.
No.
Go ahead.
So its title is "Never Go Full Grebner Kentucky Ballistics Reaction," right? And basically, his immediately in the description of the video, I too was pretty shocked when I saw Scott's video. Glad he wasn't hurt worse. It was a good thing for him to explain what happened, showing the gun blowing up over and over, and yada yada. He basically explains. Yep. This is terrible for me because I could lose my AdSense, right?
Yeah.
And the comments are great because the comments says the guy that shoots miscellaneous random objects from a shotgun for a living.
No shit.
And Taofledermaus responded, and a lot of the comments to that are and in capital and all this shit. And it's like, oh, now you play the innocent card. You make dangerous videos all the time, you hypocrite. You're acting like a hypocritical narcissist. You're an idiot. And then there's a bunch of stuff like, should have titled this 5 Ways I'm Going to Lose YouTube Subscribers.
Yeah, no shit.
The irony is this video is the video that shouldn't have been posted.
Yep.
Like, oh God, it's great. All these people attacking this idiot. And it's just, I'm glad that a lot of people are sticking up for Scott in this because, yeah, hey, this is what happened. This is what went wrong. I'm showing you guys. Well, he could ruin my AdSense. Fuck off. This ain't about you.
No shit. Fucking yeah. I don't know. Even there's a lot I could say about it, but I can't formulate it in my stupid fucking mind. So